Assalamualaikum. Hello students. Our next lesson is active voice and passive voice. Let's see what active and passive voice are. The active voice describes a sentence where the subject performs the action stated by the verb. It follows a clear subject plus verb plus object construction that's easy to read. This is the general formula for any subject sentence in English. First we have subject, after that we have first subject, then verb, and finally the object. If this is the scheme of the sentence, it is active voice, and in this kind of sentences, subject is performing the action, doing the action. So let's see now what passive voice is. Passive voice is where the subject is acted upon. Now the subject is not performing the action, but subject is acted upon. Subject is now almost receiving the action. It makes for a murky roundabout sentence. You can be more straightforward with active voice. So in active voice, the subject performs the action, and in passive voice, the subject receives the action. Why do we need passive sentence? When we have active voice, why do we need it? It's very simple. Sometimes we want to emphasize the action, not the subject. When we want to emphasize the action only, then we use passive voice. When we want to focus on the subject, then we use active voice. Now there is a question. Does passivization affect the meaning of the sentence? The answer is no, not at all. Meaning of the sentence are still the same. Oh my God, somebody has broken the cell phone. See here this example. A cell phone is broken and you can see it. Now, in active voice, we will say, Ahmed Zahrani broke the cell phone. Where Ahmed Zahrani is the subject, broke is the verb, and cell phone is the object. Now see here, we will say the same thing but using the passive voice. Here, if you see this example, subject S, then verb V, action broke, verb, cell phone, object SVO. Now see the second example where we have used the passive voice of the same sentence. Cell phone. Here the cell phone is at the last object position, but when we made passive voice, we brought it to the Ahmed Zahrani's position. And Ahmed Zahrani's position before was at the subject position. Now where is Ahmed Zahrani? At the object position. And see here, we have the verb broke, but in the passive voice, we have used participle form, and also the helping verb is also used was. So object, helping verb, participle, by, and then the subject would be the construction of passive voice. Rules for conversion from active to passive. There are certain rules that all of us need to know when we convert the sentences from active to passive. Number one, identify the subject, the verb, and the object. You need to know first what is the subject, what is the verb, and what is the object in any sentence. Change the object into subject. When you make passive, you change the object and you make it subject. Put the suitable helping verb or auxiliary verb. Change the verb into past participle of the verb. Verb is changed into past participle. Add the preposition by. All the sentences will have by. And change the subject into object. So when you change the object into subject, automatically you will change the subject into object. If we get back to the previous example, you will see here how we applied all the rules that we discussed here. Ahmed Zahrani. Ahmed is the subject, and when we made the passive voice of this sentence, we brought Ahmed Zahrani at the end, right? Here it is at subject position, right? And here it is at the end object position. So here, so what we need to know is that the positions of the words are changed, not the meaning. So the object that was before at the end, now that object is at the beginning. And after that, we have helping verb was, then past participle form of the word broke, broken. Then we add preposition by, and then the person who did it, Ahmed Zahrani. Now see these examples. Ziyad played football. Now we will convert this sentence into passive voice because this is active voice. So Ziyad is the subject here, played, past form, football, object. So what will we do? We will bring football at the beginning, right? Football, all right? After that, played. We'll use, after football, we will use helping verb was. Played will remain played. Football was played. Then we will add by, preposition by. By whom, which was the subject? By Ziyad. Football was played by Ziyad. All right, this is passive voice. Now see this example. Yasin play football. Now see here. It was past simple tense, but this sentence is present simple. How will we change this one? Yasin play football. So football must come at the beginning, right? Football at the beginning, play. Now if it was the past, we used was played. Now it is present, so we will use the helping verb. What are the helping verbs of present tense? Is, for singular. Yasin, all right? So football is singular, football is, and the participle form of play, played, then preposition by, and then was the doer of the action? Yasin. So how it will look like? Football is played by Yasin. This is the passive form for this active sentence. Now check this example. Abdullah is playing football. Now this sentence is totally different. It is present continuous tense, is playing. Now how are we going to change this into passive sentence? Football, will bring football at the beginning. Football, then is, ing form. So if we have an ing sentence for conversion, we use being. Football is being, and then we will use participle form of play, played. So football is being played, then preposition by, and then the subject, who is the doer of the action? Abdullah. So let's see the sentence. Football is being played by Abdullah. Thank you so much for listening. Next time I will be with you with new sentences that will transform them into active voice, passive voice, inshallah. Thank you so much.